So I was born and raised in Aotearoa in Auckland Central. My mum is Tongan and her family immigrated when she was 10. She was born with a hole in her heart and
Mm.
came over for an operation, and the operation was successful, and her surgeon went on to, be a sir for his like groundbreaking heart surgery.
Wow.
And so that kind of led a lot of my family to move to Aotearoa, specifically Home Bay, Auckland. And then I went to Catholic schooling growing up because my Tongan family is all
Mhm.
Catholic. And it was all, girls' schools during high school, but we were all just so dramatic. And I think that's how I found myself, really loving acting. And, my family would just make an event of films that would come out. Any Star Wars film, any
Mhm.
Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, it was like, we're going to the midnight screening.
Mm.
And we were like children and we're like, trying kind of like you last
Yeah, right?
night, like I want to watch this, but what is Yoda saying? So it was like a big part of my upbringing, entertainment, not necessarily reading, but yeah, so I kind of looked at that world and was like, I want to be a part of that in
Mhm.
some way or form. Didn't think I would be doing this now and in this capacity, but yeah, I think it's been a long journey. Everyone has a unique journey of how you get there, but I had an amazing not it was like an acting coach after school.
Mhm.
It's so low stakes. It's not like to become an actor. It was
Mhm.
just what kids did after school. I think I was 14 at the time. And her name's Fiona Edgar. Shout out to her. And she, I don't know, saw something in me and was like, I think you need an agent, which I think you understand as a Polynesian. We're very humble. And we're like, I don't want
Mhm.
to actually do this. Like now that the opportunity's here. Um, Also, I was like, I'm going to get mocked at school for being on just in a commercial or
Mhm.
something. And that agent is still my agent to this
Oh,
day,
wow.
Gail Cowan, in Aotearoa. And yeah, we just kind of clicked. And the second audition I did, I booked. It was a TV movie called Billy about Billy T. James, who's
Mhm.
a very famous comedian, Maori comedian back home. And yeah, when I was 17, I walked off that set, had to go back to school the next week, and I was like, this doesn't feel like work to me. This is
Mm.
like, if I could do this for the rest of my life, like, I want to do
Yeah.
this, which is so cool to have when you were a teenager.
Mhm.
Because, a lot of teenagers get out of high school and they're like, what do I do? Like, I'm going to study for like 5 years and figure it out or,
Yeah,
go into the workforce. So I was very lucky that I had that direction super
totally.
early on. Yeah.
Yeah, in a way, it's just like it's play. It's you're
Yeah.
just doing make believe, right?
Yeah, totally.
Justin Chan is the one that said it when we
Yeah,
did in the episode. It's like it's funny because we're just adults playing make believe,
totally.
right?
Especially on the night agent, we've got
Yeah.
guns and we're like, it's like, oh my God, we did this on the
Yeah, in
playground.
a way, it's silly when you think about it, right? But
Yeah,
that's what makes it beautiful and fun,
yeah,
right? It's
yeah,
like this childlike thing that you get to do for the
yeah,
world to see and which they love, you know?
yeah. And I worked with someone recently and
Mhm.
she was like, it's so strange watching you like go into an American accent and as soon as the camera's off going like, was that okay? Like, or drop the kind of emotional intensity. And she's like, but I've been watching you and you don't stop playing the whole day. And I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so seen. Like, what do you mean I play the whole day? Like, you think I'm like, faking
Yeah.
it? But she's like, no, like the way you interact with everyone on
Mhm.
set. So you're so right. It is just play.
Yeah, we were recently in New York with my family, my
Fun.
siblings and my girlfriend. My
Yeah.
little brother's dating this girl in London, Annie.
Nice.
So she came to visit us in New York,
Hmm.
and we were talking about I forget who asked the question to her, I think. Do you think that Americans do British accents better or
Oh,
British people do American accents better?
definitely the latter.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
then
have to think
and then
about it.
British will be, probably in the same as New Zealand, Australia
Yeah.
and stuff.
I think maybe it's their theatre background, but there's so many times I watch an interview and I'm like, she's got a full on Liverpool accent, like Scouse accent, like Jodie Comer. I don't know if you've
I
heard
don't know.
hers. She is amazing at accents and yeah, they do it so well. But also then I think Emma Stone, she's really good at British. So
Okay.
there's some exceptions to the rule, but American as well. There's so many different types of dialects.
Uh-huh.
I probably couldn't do Southern. Like I would need a coach to help
Oh,
me with.
yeah, those are a little bit more, I guess,
Yeah.
niche, those
Yeah.
accents, but yeah, I would agree because Annie said British people do American
Yeah.
accents better,
So
and
good.
she can hear.
And I think
Yeah.
it's the exposure to American television,
That
right?
makes
Like
sense.
watching Friends,
Mhm.
growing up with that. But I will say, I don't think I could ever do Pigeon.
Oh, really?
It is so specific. And working with Kaina Makua
Uh-huh.
and Moses Goods, most of my scenes are with them. And I'm like, hold on, say that one more time. And it's this weird cadence, right? It's
Uh-huh.
it's a, I was gonna say clusterfuck. No, it's
That works.
yeah, a mixture of so many,
Mhm.
languages, Filipino
Yeah.
influence, Portuguese,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, even Japanese as well. So it's something I can't get my head around and figure out the formula. I'm like, what is it?
Yeah, I would say hearing people do pigeon accents, like other actors trying to play out like somebody in Hawaii,
Yeah,
it never works out. I think the
yeah.
only person
I
that's
think
ever
yeah.
done it right is
Rob
Rob
Schneider.
Schneider and
I knew you were
Ula
gonna say
in
that.
50 First Dates. Yeah, you knew. He's
I
the
know.
only American actor that has killed in
Dude,
the positive way, who
yeah.
just killed the
I'm
pigeon
I'm
accent.
gonna let him say that. I
Yeah.
have no grounds to
No,
say,
no,
but
he was
I've heard.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, he's just the funniest person alive.
Yeah.
So it's a great
I
movie.
would love to interview him and
You sh-
have him do some pigeon.
Please do.
Yeah,
We're
there's
gonna
so
make this
many of the
happen.
lines from that show, like, "Oh, I'm gonna take a molkai on this." "Oh, how'd you get that?" "Oh, shark bite." Sharks,
Shocked by
they only bite when you touch their private part.
That's right.
So
And he's got
good.
like a funny
Yeah,
eye.
yeah,
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 like
the
a
one,
cataract.
Smagurai.
Yeah, that's right. I need to watch that again. Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
totally.
So
If
good.
you ever get casted for a Hawaii role
Yeah.
and you need to have a pigeon accent, just watch
Yeah.
51st Dates.
Yeah, just
Just study Rob Schneider.
I re-
Call him up.
I really want to know the story. Like, did he spend a lot of
I
time here?
don't know. I don't know how he got that good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's amazing.
I think someone on TikTok needs to like do a deep dive
Yeah, yeah, right.
explanation.
One of those people that they do a stage with everything. Yeah,
Exactly.
that would be incredible.
Analysis of some sort. No.
Yeah. So you got into acting when you were a teen. They saw the potential,
Yeah.
and you just continued on after that.
Yeah. Well, there was so many periods of time that I wasn't working as an actress.
Mhm.
I think, everyone talks about representation, and back then even, it was only like in the last, I don't know, 5 to 7 years that it's kind of changed
Mhm.
where opportunities like Chief of War
Mhm.
exist. Um, so there was times that I wasn't working. That's when I went to university and studied psychology, and I was like, you know what, maybe I could do this. And I was like, oh God, I'm not built for this. I'm so emotional, and then I did a lot of work behind the
Mhm.
scenes. So I did script editing.
Mhm.
I don't know how to edit a script, but I learned.
And that was before ChatGPT.
Yeah, exactly. I had to learn how to use Final Draft. My friend was a producer and he was like, come work on this. And it's kind of like the attitude back home in Aotearoa. It's like, you don't know how to do it, learn.
Mhm.
Call someone, learn the right way, and just do it because, there's not many of us
Mhm.
like here. I also used to chaperone young actors on set and look after them because their parents can't be on
Mhm.
set. And I got a kick out of watching kids really kill the scene. Like I
Mhm.
was like, this is cool. I don't need to be in front of the screen to get, that creative kick. And then, I even was a cast driver at some points.
Wow.
And just because I was like, I need to pay rent.
Mhm.
And it's so funny, like actors that would be like my co-stars and things, I would pick them up and they're like, what are you doing in the driver's seat? And I was like, just get in.
Don't ask questions.
Just get in the car. We're late. So yeah, there was so many times that, I stepped into other roles. I produced on things. I started writing my own stuff. And it's always that moment when you're like, this is it. I'm going in a different
Mhm.
direction. I thought it was going to be acting. I'm going to go somewhere else. And then COVID happened,
Mhm.
and which is so funny. Like a lot of my friends were struggling. They were like, we're trapped inside and I don't know when I'm going to work again. I was like, oh, welcome to being an actor. We don't know when we're going to work again.
Yep, yep.
We're scraping our finances to make it work. So it was like a nice break for me. And I kind of wanted to have the conversation with my manager in the US, like, thanks for everything. But like, I think I'm going to, do other things right, produce. but because of COVID, there was no urgency to do
Mhm.
that. And that's when she sent me the audition for The Night Agent. And I was like, well, I'm doing nothing else. So let's do
So
this
like, let me
thing.
check my calendar. Yep,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
good.
Wake up, go back to sleep, eat. So yeah, that's kind of how it happened. And I didn't think too much of it. I think when you put less pressure on yourself,
Mhm.
you end up doing
Mhm.
well, you
Yeah.
know. I think it was the same with this. And it was all through Zoom. And then I had chemistry reads with different Peters. They were all so different. And I was like, okay, all through Zoom. And then I got a call saying they really like you and, you know, they might consider you for the part. And I gotten so close to so many things in the
Mhm.
past. I was like, I know this spiel. Then you're going to call me in 2 weeks and you're going to be like, sorry, we went with a different actor. You're amazing. So yeah, it just kind of happened. Next thing I'm moving to Vancouver and
Mhm.
starting this thing. Did I know it was going to be watched by so many people? Absolutely not. I would have tried a little bit harder.
Mhm.
I'm kidding. But yeah, it was such a whirlwind. And I think for so many actors who, you know, are not from the US, you only dream of getting a lead role and, you know, normally you get like a guest star here and
Mhm.
there. And also to be seen by so many people and received in that way. So I think the timing just was right for
Mhm.
everything.
Do people get surprised to hear your New Zealand
Oh
accent?
yeah.
Because I feel like you sound like very natural
Yeah.
when we watch that.
Yeah. Oh,
So when they hear
thank
you
you.
in interviews or see you in person, I'm sure you
Yeah,
shock them, huh?
they're like, what? The funniest is when I go through customs
Uh-huh.
because I have like an O1 visa,
Oh,
which is
okay.
extraordinary talent. Like, I don't know, like, you know, extraordinary alien or something. And they always ask, like, what do you do? And then I was like, I don't want to say actress
Uh-huh.
sometimes because, you know, then it comes with questions. And I was like, oh, I work in film and TV. They're like, anything I've seen. And I'm like, oh, The Night Agent. And they're like, oh, what did you do on that? And they're like literally looking at me. And I'm like, yeah, you know the girl? Yeah, I'm the girl. And they're like,
Yeah, Rose.
what? But your voice, you have an accent. That's the funniest thing. Americans always say, you have an accent. I'm like,
Mhm.
you do too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, right?
a US accent. So, yeah.
That's awesome. So that came out in 2023. I was
Yeah.
trying to think how I missed it, but
Yeah.
I just got a Netflix account this year. That's why.
Last month.
Yeah, I just started paying for it
Yeah.
because there's some animes that we needed to watch on
Yes,
Netflix.
yes.
Um,
You kind of cycle through the
yeah,
different
yeah. So
ones.
because we have everything, Apple TV,
Yeah.
Hulu, and all of it,
Yeah.
and I remember we would use like the family accounts, right?
Mhm.
Like my mom's or my
The
brother,
shared
but
ones.
but
Yeah.
then they changed it, so you
Ah,
couldn't you have to be in the
yes.
same household
Yeah. They
to do
caught
it.
on to everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's why I didn't watch Netflix for a little
Yeah.
bit,
Yeah.
and until I was like, okay, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
get my own account. So yeah,
Eventually, no, we all do it.
yeah,
I've moved to New Zealand for 4 months to do a film, and I'm like, cancel Paramount. Like, we're not paying for these because we're not there. So
so yeah,
yeah,
cancel anything that you're not on,
yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 totally.